Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Thank you for checking out my video, and welcome to Dyslexic Wednesdays with my quirky mind. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I can't think of much else to say for the intro. These are some ideas and thoughts I have. I do these 4-part 10-point lists, but as I hope people out there enjoy it, especially those with dyslexia and supporters and families of those with dyslexia and people who are interested in information or awareness to do with dyslexia. Obviously, it's Dyslexia Awareness Month, hence why I'm covering these videos on dyslexia. And I decided to cover different ideas on different themes for different days. But anyway, I'm going to try and stop waffling. And as ever, I hope you enjoy this and share it with as many dyslexics as you can, especially those who need inspiration and encouragement and those who want to find out about dyslexia. I hope this videos like this help to inspire people and we can connect together as a community. Anyway, here goes. So number one, I do worry whether I make too many videos or whether people enjoy my quirky repetition and my unique thoughts and whatnot, and that kind of thing. I do worry whether I bore or offend people. Those are two fears that I have, as I often say. But these are my these are just one dyslexic person's thoughts and things like that. But anyway, I'll start off the list with a selfish goal of mine, and I want to stick to I often say alliterations. To me, alliterations, I'm not sure if I'm using the term correctly, but for me, alliterations are when two or more words start with the same letter. So writing Wednesdays, for instance, or world class Wednesdays, or winning Wednesdays, or whatever. So I hope to talk about how dyslexics can win in life, so to speak. Perhaps I'd love for everyone to win in life and everyone to be blessed, but I'm mainly focusing for this month on dyslexics and the Black community. But for these specific videos for dyslexics. But anyway, I'm going to start with a selfish dream of mine, which is to work with my fellow dyslexics. My dream to work with my fellow dyslexics to see how we can help Italian football to become world class and to win as many trophies as possible. What does it take to be world class? What does it mean to be world class, and that kind of thing? I suppose what it means to be world class is to win trophies in football, let's say, for instance, or soccer, or calcio, or footy. For those who might not have seen my other videos, but yeah, people in America, soccer. Yeah, like I say, winning trophies and that kind of thing. But I suppose to win trophies, they have to do things that make them world class. And I think it would be great to see dyslexics going to Italy, I said America then, Italy, and showcasing what we can do in terms of thinking outside the box with our creative ideas and strategies and tactics and experiences and things like that, and even investments as funders of Italian football, coaches, managers, players, and whatever else could be involved in Italian football, however else we could benefit Italian football to help it become as close to being world class as possible, or to become as world class as possible. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I thought I'd start with a selfish dream, an unfair bias towards Italian football. So it's not that Italian football is more ethical or deserves to be, although I'd love to help it to become more ethical. Anyway, moving on. Number two, as I said in point number one reminds me of, because of my patterns, it reminds me of like one solo or stuff like that. And as I talk and waffle on about my ideas, as I hope some people out there, especially dyslexics in this case, enjoy my videos, or at least some of them, as many of them as possible. I talk about my own ideas and sometimes experiences and thoughts and whatnot, and plans and whatnot. But I would love to connect with any dyslexics. So if you're dyslexic out there and you want to connect and you have any ideas and or you want to be interviewed by me or even interview me, please get in touch and let me know. You can find me on Facebook, you can send me a message, or you can comment in the comment section, even in some of the live chats, or in the comments after the videos ended, in any of my videos, and have a discussion with me about arranging such. And you can plan for such and tell me what days and dates and times are best for you. Obviously, you can probably tell I'm from the UK, even though I talk funny. You can probably tell I've got a British accent, I'd imagine. So, and if you see my other videos, you'll know I'm from the UK. But So obviously it's a UK time zone, but anyone around the world with dyslexia who wants to be interviewed by me or wants to interview me either way and has any ideas and wants to talk about dyslexia or whatever, any experiences, anything you want to share, basically, please let me know, and we can try and sort something out. And yeah, we can do some interviews and things like that. And I'd say either you can interview me or I can interview you, and we can talk about different experiences. So it's something different. It's a unique slant, and it could be two or more people, several people even involved in like Zoom chats or whatever. If you know how to record them, I'm not that good at tech. I use Facebook and I use YouTube and I type quickly, but other than that, I'm not very good at tech. So if anyone knows how to record those videos and put them onto YouTube and can help me out with that, it'd be great. I'd really appreciate anyone supporting me in any way, including my channel. Number 3, I was thinking, like, as I covered the football, for anyone who's seen that last night, for anyone who didn't, rather, I covered the football last night, again, soccer, calcio, whatever you want to call it, footy, if you like. The Italy versus England game. I covered that on both my Facebook and YouTube, and I was thinking, in order to save time, to kill two birds with one stone, as the saying goes, even though I'm vegetarian and an animal lover, even though I love all living things as much as possible. But getting to the point, sorry, which was what I was thinking, what if I covered both my Facebook and YouTube at the same time? So if I recorded both, and so that would save me time. So I cover these 4-part videos or whatever videos I do on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I'd love to know what you think about that, as well as all my ideas, hopefully as politely as possible. But as I often say, talking about number 3, freedom of speech and expression, you can post whatever you want in the comments. As far as I'm concerned, I know Facebook and YouTube do seem to be censoring a lot of comments, but I never like to censor any comments, as I often say. Anywho, moving on, number 4, believe it or not, there are actually dyslexic writers, authors. Or what is the difference between a writer and author? I wonder. Or are they just the same, 2 words the same thing? I think in English there are many, or in many languages there are more than one word to mean the same thing. But anywho, as I say, there are dyslexic writers / authors, or whatever you call them. There are certainly artists with dyslexia and things like that. I'd love to promote their work, poets, artists, writers, and whatnot with dyslexia. A rather controversial view I had, which I covered on Facebook, was that, or is that, I'll say this is rather controversial, but I don't believe that dyslexic people or people with special needs or learning disabilities should join militaries or gangs or terrorism or anything that involves violence. And I know that's very controversial, like many of my views, but I was thinking, if you starve the beast, or something like call it, if no one joined the military, there wouldn't be all these wars that go on. If we refuse to fight for states or whoever's in power. But I'd love to know what you think about that. I know if you disagree, which many of you probably would, that's fine. But I'd love to get dyslexics to be against violence and against crime and things like that. Number 5, I would love to also support dyslexics' works, whether that's I put works in speech marks for some reason, but any works or projects done by dyslexics, works / projects, such as, say, for instance, poetry, art, writing, I call it Paul, or poetry, art, writing, or any other works or projects, as I say, anything else that's done by dyslexics. I would love to promote that sort of thing. And if, on that note, if you are dyslexic and you want to promote your website or art, poetry, art, writing, any works you've done, any projects you've worked on or are working on, please feel free, as ever, to post them in the comment section. So, as I'm hoping to promote works made by dyslexics, and also, as usual, collaborate with dyslexics on those sorts of projects, so we can help each other. Number 6, I hope I can help dyslexics reach their full potential, their aspirations, and things like that, show that they can become poets, artists, writers, or whatever they want to be. Number 7, another controversial idea of mine perhaps is that even though I've for a long time believed Christianity to be the one true path, I often think that we should convert to or believe in the religion that helps our spiritual group or religious group or whatever, that helps our plans, writings, and things like that the most. Whoever helps my and other dyslexic people's writings. Again, I'd love to know what you think about that, but poetry, art, writing, or any projects, ventures, or whatever. I think we should convert to that religion. I think that would be a good way to show, for God to show his existence in a good way, because like the Bible says, and probably most religions say God is good and loving and stuff like that. So I think instead of natural disasters, things like that would be pretty cool if God proved his existence by helping our works, our plans and projects and things like that, and helping us to produce miracles with our works and things like that. But another thing is, I would love for us to benefit Celtic, just as I said with Italian football. I'd love for us to showcase what we could do to contribute to Celtic, to help them to win as many trophies as possible and basically be world class as much as possible, as close to world class or as world class as possible. You know, that makes sense. And again, like how I'd love for us to contribute similar for Italian football, in a similar way for, if not pretty much the same for Celtic, and obviously vice versa. One of the things about me personally is I'm quite mad, and I have some weird quirks, I admit. And there's an English saying many people might have heard of called sixes and sevens, and so I was thinking like how I have a strange sort of hoarding where I love to write as much as I can and like have paperworks everywhere, and I would love to write wherever I have permission, wherever and whenever, and have like notebooks and receipts, envelopes and things like that I can write on, paper-based products basically wherever possible. And the plain ones, or unlined ones, I would love to give to people in what I call the six, across what I call the six. Number 8, again, I would love to network with and collaborate with my fellow dyslexics in terms of like Zoom meetings, and meeting in person and having events where we meet up and share our ideas and collaborate together basically as much as possible, and also travel and say to Italy to share ideas about how to make Italian football world class, how we as dyslexics could contribute to such, and also Celtic, and also how we could help African and Asian and other developing nations. Number 9, I'd love to hear from dyslexics, plans and priorities and goals, and maybe what's keeping dyslexic people back and what can help them to achieve those plans and goals, and we can help each other, learn from each other, and discuss ideas together. And also, how we can collaborate, as I say, and interview each other and support each other's plans and works and things like work together on different notebooks and things like that, so we can collaborate in all possible ways. And I was thinking, like, for instance, of a notebook where, I mean, people say Da Vinci is dyslexic, and I was thinking, what if there was a notebook which was specially made for, like, or specially given or donated to dyslexic people, like the Festival of Dyslexic Culture, and we worked together. So the lined papers I would write up some ideas on, and then, like, say, squared papers, like a dyslexic mathematician could draw sums on, like, say, about helping us with finances or whatever, and dyslexic scientists could write on some of the pages, and dyslexic motivational speakers could write on others, and then the ones that are unlined or whatever, like the plain or multicolored paper but which doesn't have lines on, could be used for dyslexic artists to draw pictures on. And I think that was another point I was going to make, but I can't quite remember it. But I know this video has gone on long enough, so I'm going to finish off on point number 10. I'd love to help young dyslexic people to be inspired, and hope older dyslexics can inspire them, especially those who are successful, like talking about their experiences and what they've done. So we can learn from each other, hopefully, to see how they've overcome their challenges, and hopefully people like me, numbnuts like me, can learn from it, whatever that means. What does numbnuts mean? Anyway, I am out. Peace and love.